Back at the ROG DreamLeague Season 8 Finals, we are into day 2, and our second series of the day is all tied up as Newbee take game 2, Navi take game 2 off of Newbee. We will have a game 3. Bringing back in our 4-man panel here, the usual suspects. Unfortunately, guys, our MVP vote glitched out because I have a feeling I know who it would have been. That General Legion Commander, 12 duels, 122 bonus damage from the very beginning. He dominated.
Yep, I think it was a lot on the. I think Blitz said it a couple times. Both the General Legion Commander as well as ROG on the Clockwork in that top lane, playing versus a triple melee tri lane. They really were able to capitalize a lot on that laning phase and set him off to have a very early Blink Dagger, which kept punishing that Storm Spirit over and over again.
Now, that was something that he was making, a point that Blitz was making to us after the game is, you know, we talk about games being a good game for a certain hero or a bad game, but a lot depends on how well the other lanes go.
Sure.
That Legion having Blink at 12 minutes, all of a sudden it's not such a free Storm game anymore.
Yeah, and they pressured, they really pressured Mugi. He got like late timing on his Midas, late timing on the Radiance. He wasn't able to really run into the fights because he would just get blown up by the massive damage from the Zeus and the Terrorblade.
Yeah, you're gonna see here, this is really what helped General get off to this start. It's kind of neat because he gets level 6 by casting Overwhelming Odds on that creep wave. The Thunder God's Wrath comes in, and this is his first dual victory of the game, just moments after he turns level 6. He just never looked back in this game. We were talking a little bit about the Bloodseeker pick. I really liked it with those 3 dots. Not a fan of the hero, though, were some of you.
It really does feel like that's the sort of draft that we would have expected to see maybe a month or a couple of months ago. You know, it's one of those sort of lineups of heroes that a lot of teams were playing around with for a long time, and there was success, but it sort of got to the point where people were working out how to play against it, the meta sort of moved on, and suddenly you try and run this Bloodseeker Venom duo core, and it's going to have little to none effect against some of these new lineups as Navi was playing, having this Terrorblade. I expected solid stuff from Crystallize. He gave it. I thought the Zeus was a brilliant addition at the end of it all. So many times the Thunder God's Wrath not being used for just getting the kills. We saw Denny getting a few kills secures, but also the vision game. So important for when they have like this Legion jumping in on a target and needing to know where the rest of the team was behind the opponent so they could prepare for any sort of reaction from Newbee.
And Kaka, we mentioned it a lot for Newbee. He's their big playmaker. He ended 0-13 this game, I'm pretty sure.
That ain't good.
Yeah, he had a rough.
If Kaka ain't doing good, that team ain't good.
I think it was just really good execution overall, though, from Navi. They played to the exact strength that their lineups needed. They put so much pressure on that safe lane, and saw what ended up happening from it.
They play in a way that we haven't seen before. I mean, when's the last time you saw Navi playing the Zeus, you know?
It was nice.
They did it in League play, didn't they?
I
feel like we have seen the Zeus somewhere else.
Maybe once.
Yeah. But no, definitely not regular.
But, yeah, they pulled something out, and it really worked. So that's the kind of wins that you're interested in. Whoa, they did not get the Shaman. They actually went for the Puck. So will that be a first pick Shaman, potentially? I don't know. They still have some bans to get through, so probably not. But hey, could happen, boys.
Interesting to see Newbee going back to that Puck ban. That is a first phase ban for them against other teams. I would not have expected it to come out against Navi necessarily.
They banned it, what, in the fourth last time versus Navi? Okay. Trying to remember.
I don't know, it was a second phase ban.
It was a second phase ban, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now the same bans from Navi. After dealing with the Sanking the first game, they realized in this second and third game that they don't want to play versus Kaka on that hero. This is most comfortable. It's his highest win rate as well.
Absolutely. Well, we could see a surprise coming out here. We know that if they don't ban the Shaman, it's probably going to be a first pickup. So I would say that they're going to ban that hero right about
5 seconds
now.
3 seconds.
Right about now.
I tried.
Sorry, Slacks. We tried for you, buddy. Still may come out. Big question, of course. Newbee opening up the last draft with the 5th Ogre Magi. They're going to take out the... I agree with that. I agree with that. Despite Roger having his ups and downs on that hero, that's a hero that potentially gives them a lot of problems.
I think this opens up SCCC's hero pool in the mid lane too. Then he can go for his Queen of Pain earlier, then he can go for all these other Death Prophet, etc.
But the thing is, if he wants to play the Quap, he's got to pick it early because it's been getting banned out you know, in the second phase of bans every time, really.
Also wondering if they're looking at doing Medusa pick.
And Medusa, yeah. There's a lot of different heroes it opens up.
Yep.
You know, if we're going to kind of strange picks that Navi's been doing in the last couple of weeks, I have seen that Dendy SF, and I've been waiting for SF to come back. They're actually going to snag
There it
it.
is. Good call by you.
I saw the Knicks ban. It's just like, this is an indicator. We talked about this we saw Fnatic running it in the SCAA qualifiers for DreamLeague, and they absolutely dominated with Ogre Quap in the mid lane.
Sure.
And the big question for me in the first phase was Newbee going to stick with their guns as far as the opening Ogre? Now 10-3 is Faith on that hero, all in this patch alone. So I agree with them sticking with it. And this has been, if you look back all the way to Starladder last year before TI, this has been sort of Newbee's prescription when they get knocked back a little bit, is they lock down that SCCC hero early on in the draft and they draft around that.
Oh,
yes!
What I tell you, boys?
That's some confidence there, picking up the Dendy SF second pick.
Hell
They, they can still clock if they want.
Sure.
They can run the clock.
Yeah, the
It'll
clock
probably
is
get
there.
It'll probably
I think
get
it's going to get banned.
Yep.
All right.
There it is.
I know it wasn't a real tournament, but we did see.
Oh, in the
Na'Vi.
Adrenaline Cyber League.
No,
not in that
even
one.
worse. Even worse.
Even worse.
Even worse. We did see Na'Vi pull out the Shadow Fiend in minus mode.
Oh.
And it was absolutely unbelievable.
He went to spell damage build,
Oh, he
right?
just
They
the magic. Yeah, the
absolutely
magic.
did. It was the
And
match
it
spell
stays
damage.
relevant. That's the
was
thing.
good.
Yeah.
The way that Shadow Fiend damage scales with the stack buffs and with the talents, the spell damage build to me feels like it stays relevant longer. And I really feel like people underestimate the turn potential of this hero at level 1. You used to take 300 damage
You mean level
from
2?
eating 3
Level 1 raise.
Level 1 raise
Yeah.
is what I meant. You used to take 300 damage from 3 raises. It's now 510
Yeah,
damage from 3 raises at skill level 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is pretty absurd how much it really
Yeah.
does do. That 80 stacking is crazy.
I mean, in a sort of high tier pubs and pro play, it seems like the magic build is now the more standard one.
Pretty much.
Now-
It's more likely than not you're going to be building that way.
Yeah.
That said, Queen of Pain should never eat 3 raises. But
Yeah, unless you blinks aggressively and
I
gets
mean-
caught by something like, I don't know. It's a lot easier to set them up with a Bane, but versus a Queen of Pain it is.
Could get
much
some
harder.
stuns or something, you know?
Yeah. Stuns or silences coming up probably.
Sure.
Maybe we see some.
or Spirit for Na'Vi.
I was gonna say Spirit for now, but I don't know if does Roger play it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, he does.
right?
Oh,
But no,
yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't
Roger
seen him
plays
play
it.
it too much recently.
I think he has.
I'm not sure.
Because I was
I
watching
reckon
How
he
well-
played it a few times in league play. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
a couple, very few in the league play that I remember.
I've seen it at least once recently, Roger.
Okay,
Spirit.
fair enough. Yep.
Turn to pick.
And get rid of the. Wow. Night Stalker still? Is it even worth banning Night Stalker this late? Who's going to pick that up this late?
Oh, Roger actually has played it a bit. He's 5-2 on the year.
He's played it a bit. Okay,
Yep,
yeah,
this
but
patch.
okay, cool. Yeah, that's definitely an option there for Na'Vi, that our Spirit.
Dire team pick.
Oh,
And Newbee takes it
good.
themselves.
Yeah.
Good on Newbee.
Yeah,
Look
I
at
think
that.
it's really good
Spirit.
awareness to take it away. I agree with both bans. Banning out the Clockwork for reasons we talked about with the Shadow Fiend. The Night Stalker, the long duration silence can make Quap feel vulnerable. And then they're going to use that pick as their third ban in the second phase. Take away the Earth Spirit.
Yep.
Good drafting.
Yeah, it's just a very good answer to any time there's a Bane in the game. Makes it very hard for him to find the Fiend script. So we've seen a few Banes to get some very nice Fiend scripts off. So having that good control and cancel will be nice.
I've been seeing a bunch of Abaddons versus Bane in the recent past week or two. I don't know if this could be one of the situations that Newbee wants it
There's a part of me that just wants them to YOLO LC again. because
for Na'Vi.
Yeah, it was just so good.
It is reduced though. This time he doesn't have those global from the Zeus coming out, which did
Yeah,
help him secure
sure.
a couple
Yeah.
of those duels.
Oh, we saw in the first replay. That's
Yeah.
what got him going.
Yep.
Newbies.
Oh, my God.
yeah.
You didn't say it this time,
I didn't
Slacks.
say it for the first
Ah,
time.
I said it
Hunka
last
Bane,
time.
darn it. But hey, you know, been very excited to see this again. We've typically only seen that Bane Mirana combo, and as we said before, only one team, BG, is the only one that was doing the Kunkka Bane, and here we go again. Na'Vi just pulling out all the stops. This is fantastic.
The catch for the Quap, that X.
Yeah,
and
super
put a
nice
big
early on
record.
against that Quap.
You get the sleep on him, walk up, get an X and a torrent. He's in a lot of trouble there. He can't really blink away because he'll get brought back in.
Big old stuns for some
Cool.
raises action too there.
Yep.
A lot of magical damage and a lot of setup here for these heroes. This is a pretty good draft so far from Na'Vi. I
And-
see what they're doing.
And Shadow Fiend, known as a pretty squishy hero, the rum effect,
rum.
effect from the Kunkka can put in.
The
big
rum's
factors.
just great at sort of counteracting the whole duration, the magnetize and stuff. And then Kunkka's enemy being picked up.
Oh my God.
Some classic lore here for your
Classic
stacks.
lore fight, guys.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
I am less confident in the Tidehunter pick here. I think a lot of the classic Melee counters to the Tidehunter are still on the table. Their heroes, the Crystallize, plays pretty well. I would not be surprised to see an Ursa.
Could potentially see that. Absolutely. There's a lot of meat that they got to get through on that team. And oh, hey, could go for an Alchemist. Nice hat, bro. Yeah, the fingers. That's the classic. Thank you. All right.
Alchemist is almost a dead hero right now.
Don't say that to that poor guy.
I broke his heart, I know. Just like I broke Arteezy's heart earlier, apparently, Slacks.
Yeah, you sick man.
Big fan that Alchemist is dead. Thank you, Ice Frog. I love you.
All right. Well.
So first time this patch for Na'Vi running Kunkka. Got to go all the way back to the last patch they ran it twice. 1-1 was Roger. Expect to see your offlaner here for Na'Vi.
Offlaners. Let's see.
What do you want to do?
Who goes in the off lane? Fogged
Yep.
in this match. Oh, hey.
A lot of those offlaners
Typical
are
choices
bad.
are off the table, yeah. You look at
What about
his 5 most played heroes are all off the table.
Yeah.
what about the old Darks here? Whatever happened to him?
No
Bit of
way,
the whole
dude.
vacuum into
No.
Torrent.
Oh, no.
For the
I'm
wombo.
sorry. I was looking at Roger. For general, the Nature's Prophet and the Beastmaster are still available, and I think both of those make sense.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
The
the
Venge
Venge
carry.
Shadow Fiend. Venge
Core
Shadow
Venge,
Fiend. Yeah.
yes.
We saw Mineski running this a bit, right, a while back.
Yeah, this
having
is
the double
sick.
auras, so that
You know what,
increased
though?
damage.
Question for you, Fogged. Do you actually think about aggro Triner on the Venge and putting General on it? Or do you just play safe
I
and put
think
Crystallize
surely
on
it's
it?
just going to be
I
crystallized.
would
Okay.
think it would just be that safe
Okay.
lane.
We've
yeah.
seen Na'Vi do it before, which just crystallize on it.
I kind of like the aggro try potential here, but I think you guys are right. It's a lot more stable.
I mean, they might still go aggro try, but we'll crystallize playing it.
Just
Yeah.
put Crystallize on it.
And then just get general and maybe that something to 1v1 matchup with the Tide.
Yep, I think that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
I still think Beastmaster is sick. The double aura strat now.
Yeah, I think Beast could be a big factor. I'd be a bit surprised if Newbee doesn't ban it, though.
Yeah, that lockdown would be fantastic.
The lockdown
against
is just
the Queen.
I mean,
the
triple
Tide.
aura is crazy.
Very
So
good there.
for
Take
Newbie,
out Brew.
we need our big physical damage dealer as a 5th pick. Mugi, Ursa's still on the table for Mugi. Although I don't feel it's as good against this Na'Vi lineup. Gets kited.
They banned Brew, though. What do they want because of that?
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, they're not just going to pick Monkey King, are they?
On Navi? I mean, on
Newbee.
Newbee, you mean?
Yeah. They do like doing that sometimes, don't they? And I don't know if I really like it, but I feel like it may be one of those heroes that they're comfortable with and want to go for.
I could actually see that, yeah. They need somebody to like gap close a little bit. Well, they have a couple of those already, of course, but they need some major damage real quick.
About Gyro. I said it last time, but
Gyro could be good too.
this time with the Ogre again, I think it looks pretty solid. Gives them a little bit of early game, too, so they can fight with the Ravage early on and just guarantees themselves some towers. Or maybe they look at maybe they go for the Terrorblade themselves this time around. You get the benefit from when you use Reflection, you get the Venge Aura on yourself.
I mean, so at that point,
I like it a lot.
I don't know, it can be hard though against the Magic SF. There's that point where if the SF gets ahead, he's going to have that edge on just clearing your illusions out, and they've got decent wave clear with the Kunkka.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
General Underlord.
That is not the hero I thought we would see.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You're not a fan, Slacks?
Yeah, I've seen so many teams rely on Underlord to bail them out of a weird draft, and it never works.
They've got some nice Roche potential on the side of Na'Vi. Shadow Fiend, Venge, and Underlord. They really bring down that Roche quick with Firestorm and the minus armor.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And Venge is probably going to have that medallion or Solar Crest up early, too.
Yep.
The root can be very nice against the Quap as well, if you catch her out of position.
Yeah.
These are all beautiful dreams that you're all having right now about Underlord. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just
I feel like it's a little too fancy. All right.
A bit of push.
Newbee going to play it safe with Luna.
Okay.
She checks that push box.
Wow. Navi's draft, huh?
That makes the tri lane a lot stronger on this side of Newbee. I think that's why they wanted it, because they have this double melee. Again, they don't want to pick a third melee hero to limit themselves a bit. So with Luna, it does make it a lot stronger.
Ugh.
I don't know
really
about
hate
this one,
Underlord
guys.
that much.
Oh.
Man.
Owen?
I like, yet again, what Na'Vi's doing here. You know, I like what they were doing in Game 2, and I think Game 3, the Underlord sort of match with the Kunkka, with the Brum, they're going to have that pretty good team fight between the two, and this incredible amount of sustain on this Underlord that can frontline. And I feel we may get to a point of the game where Newbee might actually struggle with the damage to deal with some of these heroes. As long as Dendi doesn't get destroyed in the mid lane, which I don't think he will because of the support backup, I think Navi's going to take this game 3 and take the series. I like the draft.
Newbee, they have SCCC Quap, and with an Ogre babysitting him, I have to go for them this time again.
My mind is telling me no on Navi, Underlord, oh, support bench, but my body's telling me yes. I'm gonna go for Navi again, screw it.
You do not, in my experience, bet against an SCCC Quap. I agree with Flogged. I want to pick Navi.
Oh God, am I wrong now?
But I got it.
No, sorry, no.
Either way, we've got a game 3. I wanted it. You wanted it. One game for both of these teams. Tournament life. One more time over to Toby1 and Blitz.
The panelists split. The score is split in the series. Blitz, are we going to be split on it? Who do you think has actually got the advantage? I'll go first so I cannot be influenced by you.
Sure.
I'm back in Newbee. I'm actually with the boys that you don't back down from a triple, like SCCC, like Queen of Pain, Mugi. How hard can it be to play a Luna?
Even though I hate Dendi and Navi as a whole,
yeah.
So it's impossible really for me to guess which team is going to win. I think that Dendi can do it. I think this is a good SF game. I think the new SF2 is pretty cool, but he has to go ham for them to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, Dendi has to have a sick game. Otherwise, it's very easy for Newbee to just snowball and go for the 5-mans. Their Roche fight and team fight potential, I think, is a little bit better. I'm always really iffy when Kunkka's your 4 position because his hero fades off very quickly, Toby. He's not a BKB breaker. Once you start to get BKBs, his X, his Torrent, his bow doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So Dendi needs to overperform in this game for them to win.
But then you've also got the early pressure, right? Like you've got Crystallize to combo with Roger, Magic Missile into Torrent. There's a lot of pressure to apply to the off lane. Does KP have to be over defensive?
I think both teams
have like fight this.
I think
there's 4 heroes here.
Navi
They're already going to start with the Firestorm. Connects on 3 heroes. No rolling boulder yet from Karka. And Newbee, Navi are going to back out from the rune.
Firestorm is such a funny spell to me. It's like, don't run, just stand there.
Well, that's why you combo it, right? That's why you get the pit.
Do you remember the Dota 1 Firestorm?
I do.
How
not.
you had to channel it and stay still, but it also hit towers.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
It was horrible. And then you also had like corpse explosion or something. I can't remember. Somebody on Reddit or Twitter will correct me, but I think he had like corpse explosion. Like when you killed a creep, it like exploded and dealt damage. It was weird. It was a weird hero back then.
Yeah. And now we have this iteration. General will try and make it work on the bottom lane. Karka will try and zone him out. Leaves the top lane as that dual lane we're talking about, the VS. Karka's actually really trying to get General to burn through his consumables. He's got Salve as well as 2 tangos.
At least this time, though, they didn't do the triple melee safe lane. That was rough. Them losing that lane. The problem is like, if you devote 3 heroes to 1 lane and you lose it, then the game is...
Yeah.
Because they were able to win 2 different lanes.
General, caught on the wrong side. Rolling boulder, he'll dodge it wonderfully. Mugi still wants to focus on the CS, however, and they're just trying to keep General away from the wave.
And he swerved the shit out of that. But mid lane is going relatively even, which is, of course, beneficial to SF, as that triple raise does so much.
Oh, the
one more hit!
To Neko, he got him! Brain Sap level 1 combining with the last base attack of Snako.
Yo.
And that's
the new SF. That's a lot of damage.
Where's that core Banes? Where's the core Bane gone?
Oh man. The first time I got hit by that, I had like 200 health, and I think I got hit by the last raise and I just died, and Black was watching me play and he's like, that is so absurd. But it's still the same SF, like you still die pretty easily when you die. He's trying to steal the bounty rune by Xing him. That's so spiteful. He's even taunting. He was going for the creep tonight?
The mind games.
Dude, come on, he already gave you the bounty rune. That is so greedy to go back for the creep deny. And he even goes to the taunt.
Roger playing with confidence. Snako playing with death. Nightmare will protect him a quick blink away.
He overjumps
from SCCC. Yeah, he's jumping down a long, long way after burning his salve. But Roger also arrived in mid.
Dude, Navi's feeling themselves right now.
Maybe he was worried he was going to get X'd. Goodbye, General.
You thought who was going to get X'd?
SCCC.
Oh, okay.
With Kunkka rotating in towards the mid.
Yeah, that makes
Might have
sense.
been the reason for the blink.
I didn't think he did it for no reason. Because if he was committing for the kill, he would have blinked differently. And if he wasn't, same thing.
Magic Missile and Torrent. They're still 2 points up in Kraken Shell. And then following Anchor Smash, KP's going to be dragged back by the X marks spot General. No Magic Missile yet. Still on cooldown for the moment.
It's really hard to kill him.
Mid lane. SCCC. The blink away. Snake goes low. Faith and Karka working together. Now find the kills. I say kills, plural, when it's actually just singular. Kill.
Yeah, Dendy needs mana right now. If he has mana, they can contest this lane, but they've still done very well for themselves. Bane plus Shadow Fiend is a very hard combo to trade hits with.
There goes the mana with the Faith Ignite.
They have 3 heroes mid right now, similar to last game, and yet they're still losing the lane pretty hard. Like, Na'Vi is, with these 2 heroes, pretty easily dominating it. The bottom lane, though, is going very well for them, and the top lane is going quite nice for Newbee. So there's almost always some kind of trade. If you lose 3 lanes in a game like this, it's really hard to win topes.
Yeah. I'm wondering, though, if Newbee are that sad about their offlane. Yeah, KP's, like, he's got 13-5. He's getting his levels up and running, so the Tide, he will be effective. Crystallizer's early attack is quite useless against the Tide Hunter.
I think they're going to be really happy about this. Like, they're going to lose mid, and they have lost mid, but...
Yeah. But they win the side lanes.
Yeah, they win the side lanes. They're okay with that. The goal in Dota is always to win at least 2 lanes, and mission accomplished. If you win 3rd, that's just cherry on top.
Yeah. That Observer was set up for almost the max duration. Nightmare preparing against the Queen of Pain. Roger, wonderful turret and the razors, but then the kick from Karka, trying to create space. They get the stun to SF, but then one more attack. Roger bringing down SCCC, but Dendy will go down. Karka, as you said, he's on speed. Running back to the tier 1 tower, so a 1-for-1 trade-off. This is supports, however, from Newbee. Will benefit from the experience and the kill on the SF.
Yes, mid for mid. The Shadow Fiend, though, was there for the last hit on the Queen of Pain. And this is the roughest start that I've ever seen SCCC have, especially on this hero. Signature hero for him.
It's not like he's calling a TA to catch up. Here we go again, Nightmare. And, well, Faith takes the Nightmare off him, so they can follow up. Roger, X marks the spot. Not quite certain if this is really going to help him out. He's low on life thanks to the Shadow Strike.
He can't commit, though. Not when Dendy has 2 raises up. Now, I think if he hit the second one, maybe they would have committed for that on the uphill, but wasn't able to get it. And so much of the action has been centered around this mid lane for both teams, which is why we haven't really talked about the side lanes too much.
We really haven't. Like, we keep touching it every now and then. Like, both sides are kind of like Newbee's happy with the top because they're getting levels on the Tide. Crystallize is just going to catch up, but he needs to work with somebody. They're going again towards the mid. Dendy will walk back. But it's this bottom lane, the 13-10 CSing Moogie, who's almost level 6, that Roger and Snake are going to finally try and do something about. X marks the spot, the Torrent's being prepped. Here comes the Ogre. TP's got to come quick, but there's so much nuke damage into the trees. He has salve, but Na'Vi crystallized. He's able to get the Wave of Terror off, getting involved in the fight, getting a double kill. And that's the movement you were looking for. Tide did not come in time to lend that Ravage of his, because he didn't have it. He only just hit 6 on the top.
Solo mid my ass. It's the tri-lane. It's the new tri-lane. Without any pole camps.
He's got to keep with the times now, man. Like,
if somebody brings 2 over, well, you didn't think it was that easy.
Got to go where the cool kids are.
Soon the offlaner will not, it's like the year is 2018, there's no offlane anymore. It's just a 4-on-4 mid. He's going for the torn, he hits it. He canceled the salve.
This is not what SCC wanted.
Man, Roger, I don't know if they're going to win, but he's going to win the award for most spiteful. He's made a lot of hating plays.
Well, he's tracking down Faith, but Karka's nearby. So is Snako. They look for the kick. Support rotates over from Moogie. Quick lucid beam, and Roger will get punished for his insolence. Snako, Nightmare onto the Luna. They want to keep her up. It's the lucid beam control, but it's also that bonus damage she brings in, and the Eclipse will pop off. Snako goes south, crystallized. Well, okay, the creeps get hit by the beams. Faith's got Ignite to land, doesn't want to burn the mana for it. Moogie, one more Lucent Beam. Snako, yeah, you can't juke that. There's no way.
There's nowhere to go to. As the offlaners now against each other. And despite all this trades, for a second, it looked like it was pretty advantageous for Na'Vi. It's actually Newbee that holds the gold lead because this Tide is crushing up at top.
Yep.
He has more farm than the Vengeful Spirit does when it comes to last hits. Of course, that's offset by
his lack of desire as well to even be involved in the team fights. He doesn't even level up Ravage.
Oh,
He's
mid.
level 7. Yeah, they're going up.
Very nice silence.
The kick is good from Kaka, creating some space. Nightmare switching around, so the torrent will connect there, and here comes Moogie. A quick loosen beam. Snako, well, you brought back in SCCC, but Snako now surrounded by 4 heroes of Newbee. Blink into the kill, secure with the scream and the silence.
He's getting low.
It's perfect. Crystallize swapping out Dendy, letting raise one. Moogie so low, the one shot
triple
the 3-man torrent from Roger. Let this man coat him in moisture. Newbee wants to back up. They've lost 2. They're still looking for more faith. No real stun, and Dendy even gets a regeneration rune to just put the icing on the cake. What is this luck? It's like Ice Rock wants Na'Vi to be back.
Oh, I love Dota so much. I can't even believe that sequence of events. They actually brought 4-on-4 mid. You just got to keep upping the stakes until one team plays chicken. Which offlaner will flinch first and come mid?
I have 4 4s. What have you got on me? 5 5s? I don't agree.
This quad lane on quad lane action is it's entertaining. That triple torrent though is sick. Roger has done everything and some for his team in this game. Like first, he steals both the bounty runes, he plays around with that Tide Hunter, then he torrents SCCC in the middle of the lane while he's salving, which as a mid laner, I'll tell you, is incredibly annoying.
They're going again, rolling boulder after
here's
Dendy.
Roger.
The kick will be there, SCCC. Well, he's got the bonus damage with the scream. Dendy, does he turn around for the Razors? Right now, he just wants to survive. Support's going to be there. X marks the spot. Pull him back in. There's no torrent follow-up, so Kaka will be fine. Hey, but here comes Underlord. No. He'll pull out at the last moment and just be happy.
But KP also,
yeah.
he also canceled his.
They did.
Yeah, they're... Bring everyone.
You pull out your offlaner, we'll pull out our offlaner.
It's
all right.
kind of like weird.
Here we go again. Spot into stun. He tried to get the Eclipse off. There's 4-1 charges available into the strength shreds. Needs the life, a quick loosen beam, but X marks spot. Moogie, where do you go from here? The wand is up. Salve is available. He's burning it off. Faith needs to create the space. Wave of Terror cancels up the salve. And
around the corner.
No! He dies. Crystallize got the attack off, and now
The
they
torrent
want to go
once
for Faith.
again.
The torrent will connect. Crystallize and Roger, if they got what it takes, up the hill.
Oh
X
my.
marks and Wave will get the pick off. Dendy arrives, but this time he's not needed. KP wants to kill onto General. Okay, that ain't happening. He is so damn tanky.
Dude, Roger is surgical with that torrent.
That's the new set coming out from Roger. We're going to change his broadsword into a scalpel.
You don't need stuns to make these plays, apparently. You don't even need to X people. Okay,
Keep rolling with the punches.
I don't feel like they should have half these kills, but they are definitely overperforming their lineup right now.
Newbee's going to force the top lane. So if Na'Vi want to try this, bring 3 heroes to the top, they have to battle into Ravage. Eclipse is down, but you still have a buffed up Luna. So they don't go for it. They go towards mid. Here comes Tide. 5 heroes coming towards the mid. Rolling boulder, finding Dendy Kaka. He'll turn on the Magnetize, gets the kick off. They want Dendy down the Fiend's Grip. It controls SCCC. He can't get the Sonic Wave off. KP hits 3 people with the Ravage. Snako in the river. Roger behind the tower. They're jumping down, looking for the kill on Snako. Brainstep will give him the life back that he lost previously. And Kaka and KP have to work together. Kaka gets the kick in. Snako, no!
And he gets the deny.
Roger! What is this? The pirate betrayal!
Hits the torrent in his face.
Oh.
Leads up with that. I feel like we're over talking it, but is it even enough at this point?
I'm sorry, you can create all the red threads you want. Bias towards Roger, bias towards his plays. Woo!
Roger is...
I love it.
I kind of insulted Kunkka and I said I wasn't a huge fan of this hero. And now I will happily eat those words. But you saw what Newbee did. They brought their offlaner this time. They were like, this 4 wasn't enough. We need to bring 5. This is the formula right now. This is how this game, I guess, is going to go.
Isn't this the start of like what happened in the Korean Dota world? Let's see this again. So Snako,
the
run
torrent hits
uphill,
first.
mischance as well on attack, and then Roger, boom. Denied!
Just bonks him on the head. Na'Vi. This is such a blistering pace that both teams are setting right now. 15 kills in 12 minutes, non-stop action around this mid lane. nobody's even trying to grab towers. The only tower so far that's been taken in this game is this bottom one when Crystallize rotated for the second time.
Well, Crystallize has an invis rune, so he's looking for his opportunity. Snake go. Fiend's Grip still on cooldown for the moment. Faith and Karka are the ones nearby. Rolling Boulder up. He rolls into Roger. Goes for the quick silence. Faith will die, or will he? He'll get the sun over onto Crystallize, keeping him out of the fight. Here comes your X-Mark ship Torrent right onto the Earth Spirit. They keep him in place with the Fiend's Grip too. Maybe a little bit of overkill, but a kill's a kill. And then a kill to follow is also a kill. So 2 kills.
A kill is a kill is a kill. And now, not a lot of transitions. They are going to head towards top instead of this mid lane. It's a little bit too difficult for them to go for that. Connect to your offlaner who is incredibly strong. As much as this Tidehunter farm, General's done the same thing. He's starting to build very tanky right now. Has a lot of levels on him too. All 3 cores from from Na'Vi right now prospering. I said from Dendi, but it might as well be because they're just playing this 4-on-4 mid game. Now General even comes over here. Let the war games commence.
Oh, and another Torrent, just for good measure. Okay, this VS. Crystallize is going to have himself a Shadow Blade pretty soon.
Yes, he needs killing items right now. He just needs to pick off. I don't think he trusts in his ability to scale with this hero because he doesn't have the ability to flash farm. So you need to kill. Like, this hero was built to kill. 4 levels of the stun, a lot of burst damage coming out. Dendi's in a similar position. He can be your frontliner if you need. He'll be your building hitter. This Venge just needs to go around the map killing.
Right now, they're just preparing themselves for the next engagement. Dendy still needs to fly that Ogre Club out so we can have the extra strength before the fight begins. What a lively tune.
You just taunt away, friend.
Denny's going to get a regen rune to bottle up. Okay, yeah, I suppose you may as well.
2k lead, though, for Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Even though I said Na'Vi, I did think that Newbee had the more well-balanced lineup.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi definitely making some good moves. But they have to keep this momentum going.
Here
and
comes
team
the
fights
push again.
Yeah, team fights are going to be difficult for them, Toby. Like, imagine a full-on team fight from Newbee. The strength of their lineup with the Scream of Pain into her Sonic Wave. They've got Ravage, Luna Eclipse. They have tons of AoE team fight.
And if they can keep the control up long enough, then the physical damage of the Luna can start to arrive as well.
Yes.
Mookie will finish up the top tower, rotating in from Newbee. They smoked all the way from the top lane. Fortification's already been burned. This Tier 1 tower is low, but as you said, Na'Vi in the trees, rolling boulder forward, Crystallize low, the kick! It catches up General in the back lines. They're holding at the moment the Ravage because they know they can kill off Crystallize General. He'll put down the pit. Can he get away? KP able to get over the Pit of Malice to keep the chase going. Ravage is still available. General triggers up the pipe, and here we go once more. KP, you can keep that battle going. Dendi has already burnt the regeneration rune.
Still an awkward fight.
Want to fight. Like, they've got Eclipse, they've got Ravage, you just don't have Magnetize.
Yeah, Na'Vi should be very fearful of this right now. It's 4v5. Their one position is dead. Ravage is king of fights right now. No way that they want to take this engagement. So they're just going to back off and reset things a little bit. And Na'Vi, even though they want to keep the momentum going, these 5-on-5 fights, I do not think will go favorably for them.
They're concerned for now. But the lanes start to settle down. This farm rate's going to start to increase with the Mask of Madness completed over on the Luna bottom. SCCC, the save is coming in from Karka, getting the silence.
Oh, he wants
the
Brain
Sap, he can't reach him. Karka! The Kevin Costner to Whitney Houston. Protects him for now, Faith.
He just canceled his TP. We'll see if he lives to regret that.
Faith's going to be near here. Karka starts his retreat. 17-1 charges available. General will arrive on the back of his Dark Rift. They're bringing in the numbers once more while the Mask of Madness boys play up in their sandbox on the top lane.
That was the slowest Uber of all time. He just teleported right in front of his face. What did you think would happen? He was going to run away, of course. The channel time for it took so long, and Na'Vi, they're going to reset things a little. I think this is how they have to play it. They have to force Newbee to play very reactionary, move around the map, allow their cores to just out-farm them. So far, so good.
Yeah, but things are starting to arrive for Newbee. The mech is coming out to the Tidehunter now. Urn of Shadows is on the way. The Yasha has arrived for the Luna. So the sustain for Newbee's team fight's looking a lot better.
Yes.
They still don't have that perfect jump initiation. But the positioning of Kaka is made up for that.
Yeah, and the team fights are still rough for them.
They're in Roshan. The wave
They
of
might have
terror.
seen the wave.
They saw the wave of terror. They know they're in Roshan.
They're pinging. They need everybody.
The negative armor. This is going to take forever. Snako is brain zapping to keep himself alive. The pings are there. Kaka, here comes your kick. It connects.
He catches both.
And he actually gets both. Turns on the magnetize. The sonic wave. It ripples out to the Bane. SCCC is there to finish the job. The boat, very ineffective. And Na'Vi, who was shaken like a rock, back into the dire world, and it's now Newbee who go into Roshan. Na'Vi, their turn to fight. X marks the spot. They want to bring back in Faith. Actually, it's a pit on 3 with the follow-up Hellfire. Roshan just like, what the hell is going on? Who's knocking on my front door?
Game 1, absolute stun for one side. Game 2 goes the other way. This Game 3 is so nail-bitingly close right now. Both teams have an opportunity. Neither of them willing to give up this Roche area.
Yeah,
but
I don't think want to fight now. Like they've got
Newbee want to take that fight. They just can't take Roshan themselves very easily. But Na'Vi gonna walk right back in.
You got Ravage and Mech. Kaka is waiting. They have the Observe Ward up on the hillside, dire side of that mid-river. Nighttime. For the sleep of Tidehunter, the kick connects onto the Bane with the Lucent Beam. Snako has to brain tap to get a little bit more life. They try and put him into the Shadow Amulet. Nowhere to hide. Here comes your ship once more. They want to fight this one out. Mugi gets hit pretty hard. KP, he's got the Mecha Valble. He's going to burn it down. But General, here's your Ravage. Create some space into the Eclipse. Underlord will tank a lot of it, but not all of it. They swap Mugi in. Denny will cop a couple, but then the Rages bringing down the Luna. Roger once more, looking for the Torrent, looking to come through the rear. X marks the spot, it's onto KP. He's got no mana, but thanks to the stun from Faith, Dendy can't follow through with the Razors. He's got all 3 ready as Kaka rolling boulders outside of the pit.
And Kaka's almost out of stones. There's no Ravage, no Eclipse now, and I think Na'Vi, they might just reset for this and go right back in once all the heroes are up. They're probably going to wait for this Pit Lord. And Newbee, they're loath to give this up. They thought that fight would have been a lot more heavily in their favor, but they blew both the ultimates just to find the Pit Lord, not nearly enough to justify that cost. And Na'Vi, indeed, they're waiting around this area. They don't have these huge cooldown spells to wait for, Toby. They can just walk right in.
That they can, but they don't look to have the confidence for it.
They're waiting on their Pit Lord.
Yeah, waiting on the Pit Lord. Requiem of Souls being down for Dandy also means you don't have this for the fight.
I think you still go in for it right now. You shouldn't be afraid right now. There's no stones, too, on the Earth Spirit.
Good Observe Ward up on the hill. Na'Vi have really great vision of what's going to happen unless someone there. Okay, there's the Sentry Ward, so goodbye Observe Ward. KP walking close. He's got both Hood as well as Mech. That's a very tanky Tidehunter. The Torrent connects on the Queen of Pain. SCCC, he's got the ultimate available. He has to hit really hard to make this work. Tide staying inside the pit. The Kaka, 3-man silence and kick is slowing things down. A minute until Ravage is back off cooldown, but Roshan at 1200 HP. They want to finish the job. Dendy getting bashed doesn't help with this. They're coming in once more as General tries to be the front liner.
SCCC's trying to time it.
In they go, rolling boulder. Kaka, the 3-man stun once again. Sonic Wave is so hard. SCCC hit by the Requiem Souls. Point blank range. Roshan,
they're all crowding around.
Gets it. It's done by the Radiant. Mugi gets the Aegis to the Immortal. After all of this, Newbee will be almost all dead. KP, he's brain sapped down. Mugi's alive, but not for much longer. He begins to run. 16-1 charges. They pull him back in again. Mugi will go down. And while Roshan goes the way of Newbee, the fight goes to Na'Vi.
That was the most absurd thing that I've seen around a Roche fight. All 8 heroes were right-clicking Roshan in tandem, trying to be the team to grab it, and Newbee was successful, but Na'Vi ends up with a big prize, completely wiping them without any of those big ultimates. Newbee, they were so helpless around that area.
Man, I kind of want to watch just that moment again.
There was just so many heroes hitting that Roshan. They were all spam clicking on the ground. It was like some sort of mutual, let's take down this raid boss, every man for themselves.
You know what this reminds me of? Finding Nemo, where they're all just sitting there going, mine, 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 mine. And who got the fish? It was still Mugi.
It's kind of beautiful to watch, though. You know, they all work together. It's the spirit of harmony. Dota is truly a global game.
It's like Snap, right?
Oh, this game is honestly this is my favorite game that I've casted in a really long time.
It's not over yet. The difference is still, it's under 1,000 gold, the difference. The experience is only 2K the way of Na'Vi. We're gonna start to build into the new items now. So Orchid has arrived up for SCCC. He'll have his control available. There's, I believe, Kaka going in for the Yule Scepter. General, he's got the mechanism back in the stash. He needs to bring it out to himself. Crystallize, he's working on his BKB. Kunkka, well, hey, why not? He's going to go for a Vlad's.
Despite Newbee losing that fight, it still feels like their team fight is superior. It still feels like there's this moment where they should be able to win one of these fights and just roll Na'Vi over.
Yeah.
Na'Vi is doing a very good job of engaging, disengaging, being smart about how to take these fights. And they're going to have to continue to do so because this is one of those razor edge games where if they tempt fate a little bit too hard and they lose a fight, it's going to swing way too hard the other way.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi have done a very good job so far. They're controlling the game at a decent pace. They're going to trade these tier 2 towers.
That they will. This will be a little bit easier for Newbee to push back out once they have the Manta Style or the Luna. And it looks like Newbee are going to try and push the top lane a little bit harder. They don't have the Luna with them. They don't want to come to this, but remember game 1 when no one was there to defend? This is exactly the same situation. It's the only lane where Newbee can attack a tier 3 tower because Na'Vi still hold tier 1 and tier 2 in their mid and bot lane.
Yeah, but Pit Lord gonna TP out. Dendy just continuing to farm Ancients. He really wants a BKB. In that previous engagement, he just got blown up so hard. Wants to try to reset things a little bit. And both teams one game away from getting points at this major.
Yeah, that top 4 position. Winner of this will play up against Evil Geniuses. But major points worth so much more than the minors. So it's worth it if you can grab it. Roger looking to grab.
There's a lot of heroes here.
Rolling boulder forward. They'll send him up.
Lord needs to TP now.
Dual Scepter. Here's the kick followed through. And the Nightmare. It cancels off a little bit of the attack.
Dendy's got to time the BKB.
Well, here she flies out. It'll hit on 4 heroes.
Roger's still alive.
I don't know how. The ship will fly forward. It goes over the top of Na'Vi. They have their mech from General. They'll sustain for the moment. Dendy's BKB has already popped. The only casualty of war so far is the Admiral, but they'll turn for more. Lucent Theme slowing down Snako. Crystallize into Invis. More dust charges available, however, but then Crystallize turns through the damage to the Yule Scepter. Karka's alive. He's rolling away, but Denny's attack will stick with him. The Pit of Malice is down. It's a cage fight. It's a pit fight, and Na'Vi want to go further. Snako will fall as he is going in deep. He wants Crystallize, but General's like, please attack me. Newbie say no. They want to go for the real hero. They want Crystallize, and they've got him.
And General
is waiting in the trees.
Faith looking for him.
Trees. A leaf on the wind, General. Watch how you saw.
He's got no teleport. He's desperately just trying not to move. Now he's cutting his way up, trying to find an angle. He's even going to go for the pit. Has plenty of health left.
Now they know, but there's no one that can catch him.
They're pinging him like crazy, but just fight after fight right now. And that one, I don't even know who's really the victor. I guess because the Vengeful Spirit died, it might...
If we go off gold as well as experience, there is no victor.
There's nobody won.
It's an even trade.
Everything was used. It felt like 10 heroes died, but in fact, like 1 person died on each team.
Kunkka and VS for Na'Vi and the ES for Newbee.
Yes. Feels like there should be a lot more, but...
It really does.
I like that both teams are not willing to back down. Oftentimes in Dota, you play the positioning game, Toby. You try to move people around so that you always start the fight with a numbers advantage.
Yep.
But both teams are like, nah, like, that's not what we're about. We're going to just butt heads until somebody comes out on top. And Na'Vi, they're sitting behind Dendy.
Here they go once again.
No Ravage.
On the front lines. As you said, there is no Ravage, but there's a full pipe. There's a full mech. Snake will begin this with the Nightmare onto the Tidehunter. Where's the follow-up? Torrent's there for Karka. The back lines. It's a 3-man kick with the first silence. They'll pull in tight. He got the pipe off. Mech charge as well. KP to the trees, but that won't happen. He's down for a minute, but the split push is there. SCCC is adding the pressure on the top lane, building that money up to the BKB, but Na'Vi will take this mid. With Ravage now coming off cooldown, it won't help because Tide's still dead.
Yeah, Newbee.
But you bloodlust the tower. Defense, defense, defense.
They probably have to back from this. Na'Vi at least want to try to force something.
I don't think he meant to actually cast that Pit of Malice.
I don't think so either, but they're going to walk up and start hitting on the tower. And they have good tower hitting. They even get the swap.
They pulled him into it. Faith got quickly stunned up by the last tick of the Pit of Malice. But SCCC, he's bringing down the tier 3 tower up.
He's doing more right now.
It's going to be a straight trade off for tier 3 to tier 3. Here comes your silence onto the Kunkka. He can't do much more. And Karka's in the neighborhood. He's ready to fight if Roger wants to do it. In fact, Roger, he's grabbing Karka. The mid-melee Rax was taken.
He's going to time it.
He'll hit the torrent. The ship will follow through as well. Karka needs to survive survives. 7-1 charges, a 3-man kick. Rolling balls available, but he was dying to the urn. 1 charges were available, but he didn't get out in time while the Luna was pushing the bottom lane in. So a tier 3 for a tier 3 in mid-racks, but that range is almost dead on top.
And SCCC tries to go for the trade. At first, he did take the tower, like, pretty speedily, but then everybody from Na'Vi chips in. They even managed to get the Dark Rift back. They saved their own racks. No trade available for them. Racks for nothing. They didn't have to commit any buybacks. Not that they had one, but not the worst thing in the world for Newbee, but pretty decent trade so for Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Although that only leads to a 1K lead for them after all is said and done.
Now we have more targets to look at. It's not just Roshan. Both teams can start destroying shrines, and everyone can battle over these positions instead.
Yes, fight on, fight on, fight.
Yeah.
Just continue to battle.
And Newbee's looking for it. They've got their big magical burst damage available, both Eclipse and Sonic Wave.
They got BKBs
up and running,
now.
and both, actually not a level 3 yet for SCCC, but they're looking for their target. Crystallize, he'll find Moogie over in the Dire jungle. Pit Lord is on his way. There's your swap. Crystallize wants to start Faith. Gets the stun, no multicast, but these kicks, damn, Kaka. Living up to his football name, just keeping Na'Vi at base so he cannot get the chain stuns to chain control. But SCCC, Fiend's Grip bottom lane, Dendi and Taneko teaming up perfectly. Down goes the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, very nice trap. He didn't expect them to be there. Anticipated the entirety of Na'Vi to be at top, and Roger gonna run into KP here. Not the easiest target to take down, and he's just gonna hightail it out of there.
Yeah, BKB's just arrived for the Luna. So you got BKB now on both Moogie as well as on SCCC.
Yeah, and they've watched Taneko drag an entire creep wave here.
They're
at
coming
this top area. They're trying to hold on.
Crystallize has gone invis again. There's a sentry ward nearby. Faith is the closest one. Here comes the X marks the spot, looking to pull Faith back in again.
They find Moogie.
He pulls Moogie in, so they're both there for the race. But that kick! Kaka, the 3-man silence. Faith will die as Pit Lord comes in. Wonderful ability, right? That Firestorm.
It's been very good.
It has been. And goodbye, Faith.
And
But
now
that's really lucky. Moogie didn't burn the BKB, stayed alive, regenerates back up again, and they're ready to fight with the Tide Ravage.
still Na'Vi is outmaneuvering them hard. That 1K lead now turns into a 4K lead. Roshan is up at the same time. They can take this very quickly, and it'll be super obvious when Newbee makes a rotation over. There's no shrine for them to teleport to either.
Yeah.
And Na'Vi still have their tier 1 mid, so if they lose this fight, any hero, they can just buy back and come back into this to try to cement the game.
But there's Mantra Illusions to scout out Roshan, so Newbee don't have to go in fully blind, and that's exactly
they're
what they're
holding
trying
the
to
cliff
do.
area, though. Look at this pit.
It holds them back. Roshan, 1,000 HP, 700,
What
400,
a
200,
pit.
100, and they've got it. Both Aegis and Cheese. Aegis into Dendi, Cheese onto Crystallize, and they're going in for the fight. SCCC, he's going to BKB up, which gets him out of the torrent ship. X combination.
They're
But
still
that
looking
means now
for something.
BKB is down while Navi's looking to push up.
Yes. Now they have Aegis and Cheese. Dendi is very strong right now. Didn't have to commit his own BKB. General finds the very nice angle to hold them all out. Pit of Malice paying off there. And Na'Vi probably go for their second set as Kaka trying to cut the wave a little bit too late. SCCC trying to force this bottom wave in. He doesn't have a BKB, so his team fight's very limited. And I think this is Navi's go time.
They're looking for it. SCC can still TP back, so it's fine. But here comes your pit once again. General very early with this, just so they can push up high ground. The mid lane's not really close enough for it, but the tier 3 tower, copping damage, smoke up from Newbee. They want to do the old wraparound, and there's your swap. It puts him, Queen of Pain, in the midst of the fight, but SCC able to blink out. They get the Suns in the back. They're looking for Snake, but bring him down. Requiem of Souls, KP can't do much. Ravage! He gets it off! A 4-man stun. It's a 1-for-1 trail, but here comes your Eclipse. Noogie have to do work, and it's going to help when the Sonic Wave connects as well, but Dendi still double kill, holding the high ground. The real Anakin here looks for the kill, but SCCC, he blinks away in time!
And he's
X
X'd again?
The Aegis Immortal will pop, and he wants to go for more. X marks the spot. SCCC, BKBs, just in case. Na'Vi back to the fighting front lines. They want that tier 3 tower down. The buyback comes in from Kaka. He's ready to to roll, but there's no Ravage, there's no Sonic Wave, there's no Eclipse, and there's no Tidehunter in a second. They can't get the last point of damage until he gets dragged back in by the X marks the spot. Kaka trying to create space, but still KP will fall. The melee Rax is alive. Nuki wants to come in for another battle. The magic missile X Torrent ship, here she all flies towards the mounted Panther. Down she falls. General with the double kill. They want more. Kaka pitted up. Faith can't really do much more here in SCCC. All they can do is watch his supports die as General gets a triple kill. Newbee with no buybacks. They call GG. Na'Vi eliminate Newbee from the Dream League Season 8.
Unbelievable. Previous Perfect World Minor champions are out. Na'Vi advance.
Points for TI.
Their first set of points?
I believe
I think so. And now they get to go into a matchup against a surging EG team.
EG.
What a hype matchup.
EG finding their stride a little bit early today with a 2-0 victory over Virtus.pro. Na'Vi, two very one-sided games swinging both ways. This game, it was hammer and tongs going both ways. Na'Vi and Newbee. I love this type of fight. Like, this makes me even more excited for our last game of the day. If Na'Vi bring this kind of energy into a fight against evil geniuses, who knows what type of Dota we're gonna see tonight.
This was absurd. Like, it's almost like they weren't playing for any stakes. They were just like, we're gonna fight.
Yep.
Guys, like, this is the battleground. Neither of us move. We're gonna put on a show for the fans. We're just gonna duke it out. We're gonna have fight after fight after fight. There was like a 5-on-5 mid, then a 5-on-5 at Roshan pit, then a 5-on-5 at bottom. And then the Roshan thing that happened where I wish we could see that
It was
again.
like 8 people
They were just
around
all
it.
clumped up. They were mass clicking the ground. Nobody was fighting each other.
Oh, man. I absolutely loved that entire game. Props to Roger as well. I loved his jukes. I loved all of his play. I want to see more of him. We're going to see more of him in a bit, but Nahaz, how did you handle that? Is your pacemaker ticking a little harder?
Well, my voice is giving out, but I can still say the 3 words that I think a lot of Dota fans have wanted to hear. Na'Vi is back.
Oh.
They advanced at the major. Guys, hopefully we'll have this fixed and we'll be able to see what chat thought. Who's your pick for MVP in this series?
It's going to be Roger, surely. I feel. I think it's hard,
It's
but
hard. Roger and Crystallize had some unbelievable
One of those
performances. I mean,
No love for Jen.
Yeah, there's Roger.
Yeah, let's give it to
Roger
Roger.
getting the love.
he did have an
Yeah.
unreal Kunkka performance. He was landing torrents all over the place, on point with the X's, and the Vrum in those fights was having a huge factor on top of the atrophy aura from General. Every little thing was playing into part there.
Yeah, the early torrents mid,
amazed.
right? Set up those fights.
Yeah.
I really thought SCCC played a little bit over-aggressive on their Quinnipiane, eating the three raises early, which I didn't think was going to happen, but that really set the tone. That laning phase, they managed to kill the Shadow Fiend, but they had to commit a lot to do it, and all of a sudden, Na'Vi says, fine, you want to play 4v4 mid? Let's go.
We'll bring 4. Yeah, they're like, we'll bring 4 too, and then they have the better Roche lineup. So they fight around it. They wait for Na'Vi to, or they wait for Newbee to use all their ultis. They walk back in. They're able to clear it with that high minus armor. Absolutely spectacular by Na'Vi. I really didn't expect them to be that much crisper, but the comparisons from today to yesterday's Na'Vi, I mean, they really cleaned up their mid game.
Yeah, and that's sort of, as you mentioned, the 4v4 mid. That ended up really hurting SCCC because he struggled in levels. He was behind. There wasn't really any way of getting him back in the game. And you could tell as well, because SCCC, he was still hitting numerous heroes with his Sonic Waves. But because he was behind, the damage, it just wasn't effective enough.
And most of the time,
General Kunkka, General on the Underlord and having Roger on the Kunkka, this combination, as I said beforehand, it was always going to get to the point where between the Worm and the tankiness, the Underlord, this AoE from the Quap, it doesn't really matter because Na'Vi have this lineup that can play around it, draw out the fights, and certainly once the cooldowns are bursted from Newbee, there's no hope in the sort of 5v5 engagements.
Yep. Well, something that Na'Vi fans have waited for a very long time, but let's hear it straight from the source. Let's go to Sir Action Slacks on stage with one of the icons of Pro Dota 2.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I got some of your best boys here on Na'Vi. Let's give it up. All right, all right. Whew. Now, that's the longest applause I've heard all day. Sounds good. All right, well, I'm here with the man himself. Sir, introduce yourself. Have you ever done one of these on-stage interviews before? And when's the last time you did one of these? All right, I'm not going to talk to the bodyguard here. This is just for confidence, right? All right, sir. Well, I wanted to ask you a few questions here. This is Roger, by the way. Give it up for him, please. All right, fantastic. So, you guys are on the up and up. You're eliminating Newbee, many of which would say top 3 team in the world right now. You guys are on the rise. What did you do to make sure that you could win this series today?
We tried so hard and worked so hard, so that's it.
In the end, it really did matter, after all. So, very fantastic. All right, cool. Talk to me about Kunkka, dude. How did you know Kunkka was going to work? Nobody's running this hero right now. You pick it out in your elimination game. Kunkka.
My captain said it's a good hero, so pick it.
When's the last time you played Kunkka?
Last time it was at TI.
At TI was the last time? You haven't played no pubs, nothing?
No. You can check it.
Okay, we'll check it. That's pretty risky stuff there. You know, not messing around. Okay, so next series coming up, you're up against EG. This is it, another good team. Are you prepared for this? Have any words for EG coming up?
Gonna meet my friend Artur, yeah.
And are you gonna crush him or be nice?
We're gonna drink together.
All right, we'll get those glasses ready, because we're going to have one hell of a party coming up here on ROG Dream League Season 8 Major right after this break.